All right, next sequence in this series, just for our general areas in the body that tend to get tight or sore, we have chronic pain, is going to be the low back. It's going to be full back, but we're going to put a lot of focus on that lumbar area too. Again, years of sitting, this back is blowing out a little bit. So where we're going to start Johnny is in tabletop position. I'm going to have him get in tabletop, same thing as before, hands right underneath the shoulders, knees are right underneath the hips. Then we're working to just a regular cat-cow here. So as he inhales, I'm going to have Johnny inhale, chest shines forward, butt tilts up just a little bit. And then as he exhales, he's going to press his feet down, tops of the feet on the mat, hands down, round his spine nice and big, like a big Halloween cat. And he's going to start flowing with his own breath. He's going to inhale fully, exhale fully. In terms of how fast you're doing these reps, it's on your own breath. If your breath is moving a little quicker, the movement's going to be a little quicker, so try to slow your breath down and tune into that. Another thing you're going to notice too is Johnny's shoulders. As he exhales and rounds, he releases those elbows in, the shoulders are cornering. As he inhales, those elbow pits are going to turn forward, so we're getting that little bit of rotation in the shoulders here. Let's get two more, Johnny. Simple, easy movement, one of the best for the back. Again, you can get on the floor anytime, drop and do this. Last one. Nice. All right, now we're going to stay in this tabletop position. I'm just going to have Johnny drop down to his elbows. Then from here, he's going to spread his knees just a little bit wider. Good, now we're going to isolate. We're going to go into lumbar again. This is just an area where people have a lot of chronic pain, so we're going to try to tap into that area. I'm going to have him go into strong flexion, so back into his cat pose. He's going to round his neck, round his thoracic. This is all going to stay from here up, and Johnny's going to try to isolate this low back. We're going to start by going into extension, so trying to stick that tailbone up to the sky, nice and slow. This isn't a huge movement. And then as he exhales, he's going to draw the belly button back just gently, and then go back into flexion, rounding the lumbar. And now we're just working here, so same thing. Inhale, he extends, and he's going to exhale, round. And again, you see it's a small motion. We don't have a ton of motion back in this area, but we've got to get it moving. Good, Johnny. Let's get two more here. All right, last one. Good, go ahead and relax. We're gonna turn around, we're gonna face back forward now. Come into Seiza sitting position. We're going to our 45, so we're gonna separate the knees about a 45-degree angle. Johnny's gonna reach forward into a child's pose. So he's gonna slide his hands, walk out forward. He's gonna hold here for a quick second, and then he's gonna walk his hands off to this left side. As he walks his hands off, he's gonna really try to get a stretch going on this right side. He's gonna draw his left arm back. Forehead's gonna come to the mat. And then I'm gonna have him try to bring his breath into this right rib cage, really trying to get a nice long stretch and breathing in the back of his body here. We're gonna hold this anywhere from 1 minute to 2 minutes. Again, if it feels good, hold it, breathe. And he's pulling this left shoulder back just gently. We don't wanna collapse too hard into this opposite side. I wanna think of inhale, getting length. Nice, and then when time hits, we're gonna switch. We're gonna walk off to the right side. It'll be the same thing, walk those fingertips off to the right. And he's gonna really reach with those left fingertips into the mat, forehead's back down. And then again, breath coming into this side, trying to create length. And again, being wary that we're not creating tension on this right side where it's closing off a little more, because we're opening, gaining length here, but it doesn't mean we wanna collapse into this side. Again, tap back into breath. Breath is gonna be big with working on the back. All right, Johnny, let's slowly come back to center. I'm gonna stay in this position. I'm gonna have you turn to your face me, and we're gonna come back to our 45 here. And we're going to a little twist. So Johnny's gonna bring his hands forward to the mat. Again, outside edges. We're gonna start by opening up to the right. So he's gonna press this left hand down, pull his right elbow back, and open up to the right side. He's gonna turn his head, get that full rotation. He's gonna come back, and then we're gonna alternate and go to the other side. Notice how he keeps his elbow tight to the body as he pulls back to get a nice full rotation. Good. And then paying attention too down here that we're not getting too much motion side to side. You know, most of these ones for the back are gonna be for time. Think minimum 1 minute, upwards of 2 to 3 minutes. If you're in a rush and can only do reps, everything minimum 15 plus reps. Good, and after we go at this for a few, now Johnny, we're gonna start making it a little more organic, so kind of let your body do what feels good. He can make big circles with his arms, start letting the hips free up a little more. This is again, finding a little more fluidity, not being so strict, not holding so much tension, thinking of releasing, nice. Okay, let's get one more each side, Johnny. All right, now we're gonna flip onto our back. So let's get you onto this mat. Let's forward a little bit. I'm gonna flip Johnny onto his back. We're gonna go into a little lumbar twist, call this a starfish twist. So his feet are gonna be as wide as his yoga mat here. And then we're gonna work with this left leg. So Johnny's gonna kick this left leg up, try to get it up towards his right hand, and he's gonna keep that leg parallel to the floor as he does this. Good, and he's gonna come back around, reset, and then we're just gonna work this side back and forth. Again, keeping that leg as straight as you can, kicking up high. You notice he's staying nice and parallel to the floor. He's rocking on that other hip. And again, time, if you have the time, just set a timer for a couple minutes. Reps, if you gotta do reps because you're short on time, 15 plus, 15 minimum. Let's get one more, Johnny, and then we'll switch it over. Beautiful. All right, we'll flip it to the other side. You can see we're flipping back and forth, working one side at a time. You can alternate between sides as well and just go back and forth. That's gonna be the same thing. Right leg's gonna try to kick up towards this hand. Might hit hamstring, might hit your back, might hit your hip. It's gonna tell you wherever you're tight is where you're gonna feel it mostly. Or wherever you're just holding the most tension in the body. Again, you notice his shoulders are staying down, his palms are flipped up to the sky too, so we're still open in the top. Let's get two more here, John. All the way up. Last one. Beautiful. All right, let's come back up to our shin sitting Seiza position. So I'm gonna have knees together, so we'll be in our parallel set. We're gonna go into a little stretch first. So I'm gonna have Johnny let his hips kind of kick off to the right side. I'm gonna reach that right hand up, Johnny. Good, grab that right wrist with the left hand. Now again, we're going to this nice lateral side bend here. He's gonna hold square with his chest forward, try to keep length. Again, pay attention to this collapse side. We don't wanna just collapse here. We wanna think of getting length. As we inhale, we're getting length. Exhale, gently just drawing back the belly button, nothing too crazy intense. And then again, we could start to play here. So this is a great stretch for the right side. Let's say we're a little tighter in the low back. We're gonna let Johnny drop this shoulder forward a little bit, and you may be able to get into that low back a little more. And then you have the option too of going the opposing way and trying to open up, maybe get a little more front and side body. Good, go and relax, Johnny. Let's switch sides. And this time actually, let's flip around though so they can see you from the back. You can see what's going on. So we'll drop that hip to the opposite side, the left. Left arm's gonna reach up, he's gonna reach for the sky, and then again, think of getting length. Don't let this side just collapse. Want to inhale, lengthen that spine and reach. Get that lateral side bend. Good. And now you can see from the back, his hips dropping off. This is dropping, this is reaching. We're creating a lot of length here. Good, now go ahead and play with whatever motion feels best. Drop that shoulder, get into the low back. So you see Johnny's dropping this, trying to reach. It's kind of targeting that low back area a little bit more. Good, let's come back to center. We're gonna stay facing this way for the next motion. I'm gonna have Johnny bring his hands forward. We're just going to some corner rockers. We're gonna show you from the front and back just so you can see what's really going on with the hips here. So I'm gonna have Johnny just start rocking his hips left to right, back and forth, trying to get this low back to release, letting those hips hike up and down as we go side to side, getting that lateral motion in the spine. And then what we're gonna do, Johnny, let's flip around so we can show them from the front what they want going on. So as you work at this from the front, I want you to pay attention to your thighs and femurs. Good as femurs as they roll. This is that good stimulation. We're getting up in that hip capsule. We're getting that femur to rotate. Opening up this hip, opening up, and releasing the low back a little bit as well. All right, now we're gonna add another dynamic. Johnny's gonna start reaching his arms up here. So that's supported with the hands down. This will kind of be the next step. Now we're just adding the little reach with the shoulders, getting a little more side bend in that upper spine. And then you notice Johnny's eyes are up to the ceiling. You look at his sternum, he's getting rotation side to side along with the good side bend here. And again, for time, 1 to 2 minutes, or again, you do reps, 10 each side, 15 each side. Good, Johnny, go ahead and relax. Good, from our shin sitting position, now we're gonna do one more motion here. We're gonna do some thoracic gyros. So we're gonna think about right where our sternal notch is, and we're gonna think a lot about our upper back scapula area. So I'm gonna have Johnny kind of close his chest forward, and we're gonna side bend and drop to the right, and he's gonna start dropping and leaning back into extension. Again, we're trying to keep this all upper back thoracic. He's gonna lean back. He's gonna close those shoulders back forward and make that gyroscope-like motion. And we're, again, just pay attention right to that center sternal area, and we'll roll forward and back. Again, we'll hit one direction and go for about a minute, and then we'll reverse it. Let's go other way, Johnny. And again, simple little cues that we're looking for here too. Keeping your butt back behind the rib cage so the ribs are forward a little bit. He's not in his back chain, he's not leaning back. Get one more this direction, Johnny. Good, go ahead and relax. All right, just as like we did with the shoulders, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna just come back to the floor to finish. I'm gonna have him come onto his side, facing the camera. Top leg will be bent. This bottom leg's gonna be straight. Have you scoot forward just a little bit more, Johnny, there we go. And again, getting into his back chain, he's gonna make sure his butt's back behind his shoulders, his bottom leg's straight. And then this top arm, we're gonna reach, crossed, reach as far as you can, then he's gonna open up into like a cactus arm. If this feels good to open up, we can hold the stretch here for a few, but the point with this one is we're gonna get a little more dynamic and just rotate back and forth, trying to twist that spine. We're gonna inhale as we twist open. We're gonna exhale as we go back across the body. Nice. Yeah, if it feels good to hold open, hold it open. It's up to you. Let's get one more on this side. Nice, Johnny. Let's flip it. Same thing, his butt sitting back behind his shoulders in that back chain. I want you to pull this shoulder under you, actually, that bottom shoulder, yep. So now shoulders, hips, always stacked before we start this. We'll reach and then we'll twist open. Good. Make sure we're rotating, turning the head all the way to, again, that full rotation all the way up to the top of the spine. There you go, better. Even try to relax the head down almost too when you twist all the way over. Yep, and we can relax the head down as we twist. You don't have to hold it off the mat. There we go. Again, just trying to think of releasing tension in the body wherever we're holding it. Last one. Good. All right, now we're gonna come all the way onto our back to finish up this little sequence. A nice little release and stretch. I'm gonna have Johnny bend both of his legs. He's gonna take his right leg, cross it all the way over his left. We're gonna go all the way to the crease of that knee on top of the thigh. Good, I'm gonna have Johnny lift up his hips now, and he's gonna shift him to the right side of his mat. Press your foot down, there we go. Good, take a nice deep inhale, and as Johnny exhales, he's gonna slowly let his legs lower to the left side. Press that left elbow down into the mat. Good, and now when we're down here, what we're gonna do to increase this just a little bit, I'm gonna have Johnny think of squeezing his legs together, just gently, not super intense. That'll give you a little more back here. And then again, focusing on breath. Inhale, think of lengthening, trying to get his breath to move up into his collarbones, upper back area. As we release and exhale, again, trying to release tension out of the body. If this is really intense for you to get the knees all the way down, we could elevate the knees a little bit. Let's take one more full inhale and exhale here, Johnny. Then we're gonna slowly, on an inhale, control, lift the legs up. We're gonna uncross the legs, and we'll just switch the stance. It'll be the same thing, left leg goes over. We're gonna shift the hips to the left side. Press the right elbow down into the mat. Nice full inhale, Johnny. Exhale, control and lower those legs. Gently pull belly button back. Good, and hold. And again, gently squeezing the thighs together, tapping into that breath. Inhale, full inhales up into the chest. Back, lengthening, lengthening. Again, 1 to 2 minute holds. These feel good. You can go longer. You know, pay attention to your body. Listen to what it's saying to you. We're going to slowly inhale and come out. Then once we come out, we're just going to lay all the way out. So I'm having him lay his legs out straight, about the width of his mat. His arms are going to be down by his side, palms up. Just going to a little mini Shavasana, kind of checking with your low back, spine, see how it feels after doing all these movements.